All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the KC Sports Report. Michael Darcy, your incredibly happy host here as always, and today I'm going to break down the Kansas City Chiefs' monumental season-changing win against the Los Angeles Chargers on Thursday Night Football. Ladies and gentlemen of the Chiefs Kingdom, your Kansas City Chiefs went into Los Angeles on a Thursday night on a short week and just beat the Chargers in an overtime thriller by the final score of 34-28. And with this win, the Chiefs advance to 10-4 and are in sole first place of the AFC West, and the Chargers fall to 8-6. That was one of, if not the best game I have ever seen between the Chiefs and the Chargers. Point blank, hands down, that game was incredible. The defense showed up to play today. The offense looked horrible until the fourth quarter and then in overtime. And Travis Kelce is my MVP. There's not really much to say. Travis Kelce made two of the biggest plays on the day today, but I mean, we all know how this game ended. Just moments ago, Travis Kelce caught the pass and was able to run it, I think it was 34 yards to the house, evading all the Chargers defenders in overtime, getting into the end zone, high-stepping into the end zone, I guess you could say, and the Chiefs found a way to escape this game in overtime, 34-28. I cannot even begin to explain what is going on in my chest right now. My heart has not settled down yet. It's still going at 135 beats per minute. It's going insane. This game should not have gone in the Chiefs' favor. They did not deserve to win this game until Travis Kelce basically willed his team to win this game. It's that simple. Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes, I guess, as of late, were the reasons why you won this game. But I also want to give a lot of credit to the Chiefs defense. Without the Chiefs defense, who stopped the Chargers on fourth down, 5 times? I think the Chargers were 2 of 5 on fourth downs. That was a main reason why you were able to win. I mean, the Chargers were held, I think, 3 times when it was 4th and goal, and they couldn't convert. And all that credit goes to the Chiefs defense that was missing their best interior pass rusher in Chris Jones, arguably your best linebacker in Willie Gay Jr., and again, arguably your best corner in L'Jarius Sneed. You won this game, given you gave up 28 points. You gave up 28 points on the road on a short week without 3 of your defensive starters, and you were able to stop them on fourth down. You were able to stop them on fourth down on 3 of the attempts that they went for 5 times. 3 out of the 5 times they were unsuccessful going for it on fourth down. And that is because this Chiefs defense clamped up. If you're not coming out of this game feeling like this defense isn't legit, you're not a smart person, because I saw all good things from this defense. Now I'm going to get back to earth now. The Chiefs defense didn't do a great job of stopping the run. They let Austin Eckler and that Kelly running back for the Chargers, they did do pretty well on the ground. I believe that they had 192 yards rushing, opposed to the Chiefs' 86. But the Chiefs were able to figure out a way to hold on and win this game. And this was for the division. Don't get it twisted. I don't care how you won this game. This game was for the AFC West. And you won this game, and as long as you don't absolutely choke in the last 5 or 6 weeks of the season, you will win the AFC West for the 6th consecutive year. This is defensive dominance. This is divisional dominance. And this is why the Chiefs have been so good in the AFC West since Andy Reid came to town. You know, in the first drive of the game, the Chiefs offense looked unbelievable. You know, they were able to march the ball down the field. Michael Burton looked phenomenal, and he ended up bowling his way into the end zone for a touchdown, which made it 7-0. Nick Bolton tipped a pass on the next drive that led to an interception by Anthony Hitchens. So right away, the Chiefs were able to do something good on defense and give their ball right back to the offense, and the Chiefs were able to take advantage of it to an extent. They were able to kick a field goal, which made it 10-0. But the Chargers came back. The Chargers were a good football team, and I expected this game to be close. I think that anyone expecting a blowout either way didn't really understand the magnitude of this game and how good both these teams were. Keep in mind, the Chargers, I don't know where they're at right now, but the Chargers coming into this game were the 5th seed in the AFC playoff picture. And the Chiefs, luckily, if they would have lost this game, they would have dropped down to be the 5th seed. That's no longer the case anymore, and as of right now, still, the Patriots have to play this Saturday, and the Titans do too. But as of right now, as of December 16th, Thursday, December 16th, 2021, your Kansas City Chiefs, as of right now, hold the 1 seed in the AFC playoff picture. I mean, that's only because they have the most wins in the AFC, but that's miraculous considering that, just 6 or 7 weeks ago, you were sitting at 3-4. With this win, this divisional win on the road, in which you had to pull out all the stops, you've now won 7 consecutive games, and I think that you've now won 10 consecutive games against the Chargers on the road. That should just go to show you that the Chiefs do not lose important games like this. The Chargers were able to steal that game in 2018 on that last-second Phillip Rivers 2-point conversion attempt in which the Chargers were able to walk it off. The Chiefs have never really looked back after that game. They dropped the game to the Chargers earlier this year, but we all came out of that game feeling like, okay, if the Chiefs didn't turn the ball over like they were basically just giving them extra possessions, it would have been a lot closer. And we saw that tonight. But even though that was the case, the Chiefs still turned the ball over. Patrick Mahomes ended up throwing a terrible interception basically on the goal line at the 1 because the Chiefs defense was able to stop the Chargers offense from getting in the end zone. So the Chiefs had the ball on offense at like the 1 or the 2. Mahomes threw a pick, which ended up resulting in a touchdown for the Chargers. And that's just an example of, giving the Chargers free points. That was basically a gimme touchdown. If you didn't throw that pick, you would probably have not gone to overtime, being realistic. But, I think it's really hard to nitpick about this game because this was a big-time win against a quality opponent, and it was on the road, on a short week. You cannot ask for a better win than this. This win all but secures an AFC West division title. I don't know where you guys lie on that, but in my mind, as long as the Chiefs take care of business from here on out, they've won the division. For the 6th straight time, the Kansas City Chiefs are AFC West champions. But I cannot even believe the roller coaster of emotions that I am feeling from this game. I'm trying to actually look over my Twitter timeline, which go follow me on Twitter. That's at KC Sports Report. If you haven't already, so many different reactions came out of my mind from this game. And, I really can't help but feel like Travis Kelce really put the team on his back. Patrick Mahomes had a really, 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 really rough first 3 quarters. They were not good. Not good at all. They couldn't move the ball, and it just looked like the offense was broken. But yet again, when the game was on the line and you needed to get points, who was there? That man was Patrick Mahomes. That man was Travis Kelce. Tyreek Hill caught some big balls down the stretch. The big 3 on offense came to play when you really needed it. I know they didn't do it for the first 3.5 quarters, but again, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. When we were looking back at Super Bowl 54, did the Chiefs play good for 4 quarters? No, they didn't. They played terrible for about 3 quarters, and they turned it on in the 4th quarter with like 7 minutes to go. I'm not comparing this game to the Super Bowl, but this is such a big-time momentum-shifting win that can propel a team to many great wins in the future because, with everything the Chiefs had going against them, I get it, the Chargers had a guy go down and by the name of Donald Parham, and we're going to talk about that because we really need to send our prayers to Donald Parham because he got really messed up. He had to get carted off the field in what was a scary incident, and he looked, I'm not going to speculate, but he looked like he had a seizure. He looked like he was momentarily paralyzed. It looked like he got knocked out. It was not good. Not good whatsoever. So let's send our prayers to Donald Parham, but, I was trying to talk about some of the losses the Chargers had because they were missing Rashawn Slater, their left tackle, but we were missing 3 key defensive starters, and you were able to goal line stop the Chargers in the red zone 3 times. And not just goal line stands, you were able to stop the Chargers on like 4th and 2 at their 30. You were able to make some big-time defensive stops that, with or without Chris Jones, would have been impressive. But yet again, the Chiefs defense has found a way to overcome adversity, and it seemed like at one point in this game, the offense wasn't doing enough. I mean, clearly they weren't doing enough. They were down 21-13 at one point, and luckily the Chiefs were able to drive down the field. Yet again, Travis Kelce made a big-time catch on 3rd and 5 and ran it 69 yards and got down at the 1, which the Chiefs were able to convert into a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes was able to roll out. He threw a strike to Tyreek Hill, who caught it, which made it 19-21. The Chiefs then went for 2. Patrick Mahomes found Clyde after the play broke down, which they were able to convert that 2-point conversion, which made it 21-21. Then the Chargers went down, they got a touchdown. Then the Chiefs went down and they got a touchdown to force it to 28-28. Then the biggest defensive stop of the game came when the Chiefs gave the Chargers the ball back with under a minute to go. The Chiefs defense didn't look perfect tonight. There were some times in which Mike Hughes got exposed, in which DeAndre Baker got mossed by Keenan Allen, or there was a lot of plays tonight that didn't go exactly how they planned it. But that doesn't matter. In the final minute of the game, when all they needed was a stop, all they needed was someone to step up, they were able to force the Chargers to punt, and at that point it went to overtime, which Melvin Ingram yet again beats his former team. And he called tails. The Chiefs won the toss, and then the Chiefs were able to move down the field. Patrick Mahomes hit Tyreek Hill, then went out of bounds. Then the Chiefs decided to give it to All Reliable and Travis Kelce. And Travis Kelce decided to do what he does best and just make Chargers look stupid. And he caught that ball, and I believe he took it 34 yards to the house. And with that, the Chiefs were able to walk off in Los Angeles and win an incredible game. I mean, guys, I'm almost losing my voice because there was many times tonight in which I started screaming and just jumping up and down. This was the most amped up, the most excited I have been for a Chiefs game in a long time now. This was the most important regular season game that I can think of in recent memory. This was for all the marbles, so to speak, and the Chiefs were able to get out of this game with a win, and that's really all that matters. I know the offense didn't look good. They looked terrible in the first 3 quarters of the game. But that's not how they finished the game. They finished the game putting up, 13 points in the fourth quarter? I'll check that really quickly. They put up 15 points in the fourth quarter, and then they were able to put up 6 in overtime to win the whole thing. So a lot of that offense came in the end of the game. And, a lot of people are complaining, and there's reason to complain, and there's reason to be concerned. But you just beat a playoff team on the road to win the division, basically. I'm going to take that. I don't know why anyone is out here saying the Chiefs didn't deserve to win that game after they basically said, all right, it's the fourth quarter, we're down, we got to come back. As bad as Patrick Mahomes played, and he played terrible football for the first 3 quarters, he ended up finishing the game with 3 touchdowns and over 400 yards passing. And get this, Travis Kelce had 10 receptions for 191 yards and 2 touchdowns. Obviously, that last touchdown was to ice the game and win it for the Chiefs, but Travis Kelce is my MVP from this game. There is nobody else that really rose to the moment and rose to the occasion as Travis Kelce did. Patrick Mahomes was good. He set up one of those touchdowns by running it. I think it was 30 yards when the play broke down, which that's huge. He was able to do it with his legs too, but Travis Kelce really won you this game. And Travis Kelce and the defense were why you won this game. Patrick Mahomes had a bad game and threw for 410 and 3 touchdowns. He had a bad game and he did that. Not many quarterbacks can do that. Like that. That's something that, we've become very, very, very doubtful of Patrick Mahomes. And don't get me wrong, he had a lot of moments tonight in which he just looked off. He overthrew guys, he underthrew guys, he threw a bad interception, which gave it right back to the Chargers, which resulted in a touchdown. But when you really needed him to, and the game was on the line, Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes did what they've done so many years in a row now. There's nothing else to say. You won this game because Patrick Mahomes decided to show up in the final minutes of the fourth quarter and in overtime, and Travis Kelce played like he is the best tight end of all time. like he looked unbelievable tonight. I almost just swore there. He looked un-effing believable tonight. I can't even I can't even get over his performance. But again, we got to give so much credit to the defense. And, I'm kind of going over in circles right now. I can't get over how big this win was. I can't get over how, even though you didn't look good on offense for 3 quarters, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And the Chiefs were able to squeak out a win against a divisional opponent, a playoff divisional opponent. And this game, winning this game, still gives you a chance to win the number 1 seed and gives you a really, really, really good chance to win the division. If you lose the division at this point, I don't know what to tell you. You got 2 games up on the Chargers, including a tiebreaker. You should not lose the rest of the way. Like I said earlier in the video, this is the kind of win that you never really get off the high from. This is a emotional, this is a big time win, one that just shifts all momentum in the Chiefs' favor. And if I'm a Chargers fan right now, if I'm one of the 7 Chargers fans in existence, and even if I'm on the Chargers team right now, the way that I am feeling after this game is the lowest form of low. This was the biggest game of Justin Herbert's career, arguably, and he played good, but it ultimately wasn't good enough. The Chiefs were able to stop him on a lot of those 4th downs in which they just couldn't convert, and I think a lot of that kind of falls on Brandon Staley, but Justin Herbert could have converted it, and he didn't. So, I'm coming out of this game feeling even more confidence in my defense. I get it. They gave up 28 points, but what would you do if you were missing your 3 best defensive starters and you were coming off of a short week against a divisional rival in arguably one of the biggest games of the season? I'll take 28 points. And like I said in the pregame show with Blake Schneiders, if the Chiefs defense could do their job, which we weren't really expecting coming into this game because we didn't know what we were going to get, if the Chiefs defense held this Chargers team to 24 to 28 points, there was no excuse to lose. And as we saw in this game, the Chiefs were able to take care of business and win this game by a final score of 34 to 28. So Chiefs Kingdom, how you guys feeling? Again, this is an emotional win, and I'm just thrilled because I think that this gives you so much breathing room because you can afford to lose a game now. If you really had to, you could technically lose a game because you split with the Chargers. They're really your only competition in the division right now. So, if you drop the game and the Chargers have to win out, the pressure's on them. It's just like the Chiefs were fortunate to win this game because now they're in control of their own destiny. And that's how the Chiefs have had so much success over the past, I don't know how long, 6 or 7 years. They've always controlled their own destiny, and that's why they've been so successful. And the Chiefs now control their own destiny and have a chance to win the division in a couple weeks and have a chance to try to get that number 1 seed. So, oh my goodness. Chiefs Kingdom, I am going to go celebrate this win. I hope you guys do as well. This was like I keep saying, this was a monumental win, one that could very well change the tides of the season. And it all came from Patrick Mahomes deciding to execute in the 4th quarter and basically looking like the reincarnation of a previous form. And he was able to march his team down the field, and they were able to score touchdowns. They were able to convert. They were able to execute. And Travis Kelce was able to ice this game by catching the ball and rushing it to the house. And that is something that we seemingly never forget. Travis Kelce always shows up in big games, and this was just a prime example of it. And Patrick Mahomes, even though, like I keep saying, he didn't look great, but he finished, and he did what he had to do to win this game. And for that reason, there's a reason why he is one of the best of all time. That is a legendary type of performance to close a game, and it's one that Chiefs Kingdom will never forget. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to leave you on that note. The Chiefs win this game in Los Angeles on Thursday Night Football by a final score of 34 to 28. And with this win, the Chiefs most likely wrap up and win their 6th straight AFC West title. Thank you for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe for more of the best Chiefs content on YouTube. You can also follow us on Instagram for more of the latest updates on future videos, as well as instant Chiefs news right after it happens. You can also support the channel via the Patreon, as well as buying merchandise from the KC Sports Report store on Teespring. The links to all of those websites will be in the description. You just listened to the KC Sports Report, presented by Michael Darcy.